Hey guys, and we're back. We are live with me, Ferlin Yoshimi. I just got my client patched up, and so I'm really excited to get the games going. Just give me a couple of seconds while I get this going. Just going to sign in with the accounts that Riot has given us. And I should be into game in just a little bit, so I'm just going to wait for Mr. Swanson to be back in just a couple of seconds while I get into the service. Yeah.
Yeah, what she said.
I need to get games going. Game. Oh shit. I think I have it on. Hopefully it's the right
Yeah.
one.
Hope you're sure. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, I see you. I see your face.
You see my
Now
face?
Yeah, we're gonna get 1,000 more viewers now because
But I'm just
there's a girl on the
glad. I'm glad we have it. Just to get into game, and I need to know how to do this because I'm very
So the third one's custom, and you hit join, which is the left button.
Yeah.
Oh, does the game might not actually. Are they?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if the game. I don't think the game.
I don't think the game is up yet.
Yeah,
so.
the game is not up yet. But talk to me about the first game. Yes, it is up. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, like we talked about, it was 12 minutes into that game and nothing happened. But as that game progressed, we saw all of a sudden it all came to kind of a head. And honestly, it just came down to, I think, better overall play from Rascal Jester, which sounds like a really oversimplification of things. But it was Oppaman being able to, we saw early, actually we didn't see it because we were looking at a kill in the top lane, but Oppaman managed to pick up a 1v1 kill on the Blanc as the first kill was going down in the top lane as well. And it was just, I think all the lanes we saw maybe almost from the beginning going in favor of Rascal Jester. There was not a whole lot of gank pressure. And when we actually saw a kill off a gank, it was Saros in the top lane getting his top laner killed.
Yeah, you know what? I think so too, because what happened was that, RJ got such a strong early game champion pool, so they had Renekton coming in against a Riven, which obviously is going to bully Riven out of that early game, and you have Orianna versus a LeBlanc. LeBlanc is going to be really strong when it comes to mid game and late game, but so early in the game, Orianna is going to have a bigger advantage considering that she has a better wave clear. And so what happened was that crucial mistake that Saros did when he went up to do that gank, and instead gave away first blood to a Renekton that already has a early lead, and that just snowballed into such a huge difference to them. And Rainbow just came out so great as an Elise. So I would say game 2 going in, DTFM needs to deny away that Elise from them.
Yeah, I was really surprised that they gave Rainbrain that Elise, because that's one of the champions that we've seen Rainbrain do really well, and I kind of talked about it. But as much as we want to hype Oppaman and like how good of a strong laner for Rascal Jester he is, when it like every time we see Rascal Jester win, Rainbrain is doing really well.
Are you in game with me? Okay, so you can't see the game yet, but we are actually going.
Are we in picks and bans?
Yes, we are in picks and bans.
All right, so this
phase.
is reversed from last time. You're in charge of picks and bans this time.
I am. So we are in picks and bans, and the first ban coming out is still going to be that same ban. So they don't want to give that Singe away to maybe Udaport right now, because Udaport is actually on the top lane right now. Kha'Zix ban's coming out, Thresh ban coming out. It's a complete exact same ban from game 1. I do expect to see the Elise ban coming out, considering that she's so strong. But let's see how it goes. But it's still going to be the same ban. It's going to be that Singe ban. It's going to be Kha'Zix as well as Thresh. But RJ do have the first pick in this game, so I'm really excited to see how they're going to pick this.
Yeah, so I think your computer already is better because I can see the bans a little bit faster, but looks like we do have a Kha'Zix and a Thresh as well.
And yeah, and Vi is banned out as well, so it's huge considering that DTFM took Vi the first round. I I would say a rather okay, impact in the game, but not as much as I would expect. So taking him out, it's a good choice, but I don't know if it's going to be as vital as other bands that's coming out from there, like the Elise band. But we do see the Gragas band coming out. Huge sustain in lane, is such a viable mid laner up to this point, not been nerfed yet, so huge wave clear with the barrels. He has sustain as a drunken rage, as well as explosive cast that can actually push back someone or instantly kill a target.
Yeah, so that doesn't surprise me. Not at all.
Not at all. So Destination FM is taking a long time with the last ban. Obviously, since they banned out the Vi, they have to ban out Cassidy instead of taking out maybe an Elise. And RJ do have the first pick coming out. I do expect to see them taking Elise again as a first pick.
I mean, yeah, with Elise open, one of these teams is going to take Elise. I can guarantee that for you. Just such a strong champion.
And here we go. It is going to be Elise for RJ.
All right. Well, there we go. That makes sense then. Yeah, This is weird. I don't like being behind. How did you do this last game?
I just follow up whatever you were talking about.
All right. Well,
okay,
I don't like following. Gosh, it's terrible. Anyway, go ahead.
So it is going to be DTFM is going to hover over a Diana, but it looks like they are switching it up, and it's going to maybe the least Sin, but Ma is still hovering over around nothing as of yet. So DTFM is actually taking this into consideration a lot, considering that they have been waiting up to the last few seconds to actually choose their champions, and they are going maybe to lock in that Alistar actually. They have locked in the Lee Sin, and they are hovering over the Alistar. Ma might take away Alistar from RJ, and yeah, she's gonna lock that in. So I'm really excited to see, because I haven't seen Ma play Alistar yet. So
interesting. That's not a we want to give Ma Alistar pick. That's a we do not want to give that to Rascal Jester pick.
Yeah. So that's gonna be taken away from there. But Leona is open. And no, actually, Brain is going to hover over the Lulu, and as well as the Renekton coming out. So maybe we're gonna see another Lulu mid, considering that they're so Lulu mid actually exploded into the scene when Gambit Gaming LSH played Lulu twice in the EU LCS last week, but they have locked that in, so it is going to be the Lulu. It's going to be the Renekton again for RJ. So I'm hoping to see mid Lulu, or it's going to be the casual and the usual support Lulu. But on the other side, we do have Dr. Mundo, and once again, the Lucian being hovered over around.
Yeah, so I'm going to be mean and point this out, and for those of you getting a little bit confused, the overlay is actually backwards. So
oh, oops.
On the blue side, it is actually Rascal Jester.
Here we go. I've changed it.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
So, I figured you had it figured out. I was getting really confused because I'm watching your stream, and I was getting really confused when you're like, Detonation FM picks up Alistar, and I was like, that says Rascal Jester. But no need to fear. We've got that all solved. What are we seeing for these final picks? So
we do have the Dr. Mundo and the Lucian being locked in. Dr. Mundo obviously is going to be in the jungle, considering that Port might be doing Lee Sin top. I don't know how they're going to play this. It might be a role reversal for that, but Lucian is going to be locked in again. So Gorira didn't do so well on Lucian, considering that he lost the lane, but apparently he's still very comfortable with the Lucian, is going to pick that. And on the other side,
it's very possible that might be one of the only AD carries he's actually had time to practice with, because he has not played a lot of AD carry.
Nope. And so afterward, actually was hovering over again on the Sivir, but has locked in the Vayne instead, and it's going to be Orianna for Upperman again. So I'm really excited to see how Upperman comes up with another wonderful Orianna player, considering that he always hits those 3-man, 4-man, even 5-man shockwaves.
Yeah, I know maybe Orianna wasn't the biggest factor in winning that last game. However, Opperman played really well. And if you go back to the championship, and we saw Opperman play so much Orianna and play so well, you talk about those 3, 4, 5-man ultimates. A little surprised we didn't really see that ban come out either. So
Yeah, and the last pick coming in for DTFM might be the Z, still hovering over that. I it's really hard because I don't know how how good Saras is with Z plays. We have seen some brilliant Z plays coming up from other regions, but obviously Japan is a little bit behind with skills and meta games. But we have the Z being locked in. Yeah, it looks like it is going to be the top lane. No,
Well,
it's going to be the top lane
they still have
Mundo.
time to switch it. We don't know what's going to happen.
It is going to be a top lane Mundo actually, and
No surprises there.
no surprises there. I'm just gonna wait for a little bit more before actually. Actually, we can do that already. So I'm just gonna give you guys the summoners. So it is going to be Udaport on Dr. Mundo, and he's going to take the teleport. So we have a wonderful player Udaport on the top laner Dr. Mundo, and at the same time, it's going to take the teleport as well. So it's going to be a lot of mobility coming out from Udaport. He really needs to step his game up and carry this game through. If not, it's going to be a 2-0 storm from RJ, considering how strong they were in the first game.
Yeah, I mean, you basically said it right there. That's what's going to need to happen. It'll be interesting. Sorry, I was going to make a point that it'll be interesting to see what Detonation FM does, because this is really it. You talk about if they lose here, it's a best of 3 series. Rascal Jester has game 1 already wrapped up. And for those of you who don't know the Japanese League of Legends scene, which is probably a lot of you, unless you're here and following it, which is great, and I love you and thank you. But Detonation FM for the past year really has kind of been like the cream of the crop in terms of Japan esports. They went to IEM Singapore, and just a really strong team. In the Grand Championship, they took 4th out of 4, didn't they?
Yeah, they fell short. Let's to put it very nicely, they fell short. They took 4th out of 4th exactly, and Rampage, the other big name coming out from Japan, went to WCG China. Actually was in 3rd place as well. So a huge disappointment coming out from the Japanese community. But then on the other hand, you have new teams really just trying to step up their game, right? You have RJ just suddenly bursting back into the scene from what a lackluster 2013 for them was. And you have new players like Okinawa no Tora,
Right.
who used to be the twerk team, because most of them are actually all bilingual guys. They're all half Japanese, half American dudes, all from Okinawa, which is like the south of Japan. And they've really burst in the scene. All of a sudden, they took out big names like Ozone Rampage as well as GTFM. Even RJ, winning RJ last week in the LJL tournament. It's amazing to see new faces coming up in the Japanese scene.
Right. So that's like, it's great to see these new faces, and it's can these old, I hesitate to use the word old because the scene is so young here, but like these teams that have been kind of the pinnacle of Japan esports, and now here's Detonation FM again in danger of 2014 season 1. They lose this game, they're relegated to the 3rd place match. So
yeah, it's going to be really huge disappointment for them, considering they have one of the strongest organization in Japan. They have huge sponsors like Gigabyte. They even have Korean accounts. They scrim with Korean teams very regularly, and to see them fall so short in a local tournament is actually really disappointing. But I do expect big things from this game, considering they have the Dr. Mundo, they have Uniport on Dr. Mundo, they have a teleport on Dr. Mundo, as well as DTFM's Sid coming in with a Lee Sin. Obviously, you have Zed, who's such a strong assassin player that can actually jump in time, especially with how his ultimate was changed. Now that the ultimate is actually from where he last casted it, and so it's going to be really good for them. I'm just going to to see. I'm going to change this up really quickly because I'm sorry, it's just a big blank because
because what was that a word? Because blah 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 blah.
no, I was trying. Sorry, everyone. No, because I haven't done my this thing properly as well, so I apologize if this is crazy for a little bit. Bear with me for a second here, guys. God.
I'm sorry, the chat's killing me right now. I know you're not supposed to feed these people, but Zimrog, I love you.
Okay. You're my favorite gay streamer. That's adorable.
It's because you're gonna marry Ellen Page, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I can't believe that news came out today. It's crazy. But yeah, we're actually, if you're just joining us today, this is the JCG Premier League Season 1 2014. It is the semifinals one. It is going to be DTFM, Destination Focus Mid, versus RJ Rascal Jester. So, Corey, you can actually jump in and spectate with us right now, right?
Oh yeah, I'm in the game. I'm watching them all run down that rift. Woo!
Yep, the game actually haven't started for me yet. Like, I'm still loading into the game.
Wow. So I do have a better computer than you.
Apparently for League of Legends, like, it's
because we're 30 seconds into the game, Ferlin.
Yeah, we are 30 seconds into the game, and it's really, really loud.
It's the one with the little speaker thingy looking things.
Yeah, I can't get the game going. I have no idea why.
Well, get the game going then. Come on, Ferlin.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. Why don't you just talk to the guys and...
Hi, this is League of Legends, a MOBA game produced by Riot Games. You might be familiar with it, I haven't played it for way too long. These are champions, and they fight each other. The first team to kill the Nexus is the team that wins. Oh, that's what it is, actually. Red is totally right. It's because I have an SSD, and you probably don't. Do you?
Okay, I have it on. I think we're good. We're good to go. Woo, fantastic.
All right. Well, welcome to, like Ferlin said, it's JCG Season 2014 Season 1. This is the semi-final game between Detonation FM and Rascal Jester. And you are watching, they are best of 3. So if Rascal Jester can take this game, they will move on to the Season 1 championship. If Detonation FM takes it, they'll force a Game 3. And you're watching the very exciting Japanese Level 1, where we might actually see something happen. Just kidding.
Yeah, so level 1 plays are actually now just all about just making sure you don't get an invade. It's not about engaging anymore right now for level 1 plays. And it's very, very loud for me. I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. So the junglers are going to start off with their own buffs, obviously. But nothing too much changes. We don't see any lane swaps at all.
No, we turned the whole world around. Last time both junglers starting on the bottom of the map. This time both looking at their top buffs. Lee Sin with that red, Elise with that blue. Of course with Lee Sin you don't need blue as much. And a lot of harass actually coming out in the bot lane already from Royal Belt. So that's not something you would expect to see. A Vayne taking care of a Lucian so early. But
yeah, even in the early games, you see level 1, you see RJ as well as DHM going very, very aggressive on each other, but RJ is taking a little bit more poke than they expected, but you have Lilibel actually going very, very aggressive on that Lulu early game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, but like once again, this is kind of what we saw out of Rascal Jester last game. That bottom lane, RKP, is going to continue to push that bottom lane, and if the jungler, if Sid cannot punish RJ for doing this, as we actually see a flash out of Mom, misses the knockup, but we'll get the headbutt back as I talk about punishing them for this overpush. Here comes Sid into the bot lane, but damage actually coming out on Vayne. Well, Lucian was on Lulu, so that was a little bit of maybe a miscommunication.
Yeah, so what happened?
The damage up was not enough.
Yeah, so what happened there was RJ pushed the lane way too hard early on, and Sid actually came in, like he saw the opportunity to counter gang, punish them for pushing the lane so much. But what happened was Ma missed his flash combination, and it's a huge thing if you miss. I talked before, Alistar, you have only one good thing, but Sid here taking a lot of damage from Brain. Might actually, nope, it's not. Might be. Oh, it is going to be the first blood coming from Brain right there. 1v1 completely outplayed Lee Sin there. Wow.
Well, right. Then that's the power of Elise. Lee Sin had taken a little bit of damage as Ma actually getting RKP back to safety once again. So this is something we talked about. This was Ma taking Alistar away from Lilibelt and, missing that flash knock-up and now pushing Vayne back as well. Doesn't necessarily look like something Ma is comfortable on. We'll have to see if it's
Lilibelt is going very, very aggressive on this. And what is because it's because they were actually trying to bait them in, because look at that, Rain Brain is actually coming from behind. The cocoon is going to come in. I don't know if it's going to land though.
It actually forces the flash, so that was a very effective gank for Rain Brain. Again, this is Rain Brain looking really good. You talked about he picks up that first blood, the red buff actually ticking to give him that first blood, and now forcing a flash in this bot lane. Already, you know, not a whole lot of difference in terms of items or farm because nobody's bought anything, but 800 gold already.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the game. Rascal Jester doing what they did last game.
It is a huge thing when you're Lee Sin and you give up first blood and you give up double buff. So, you know, it kind of resets Rain Brain's double buff again, and that's a huge mistake coming out from Sid. To lose that first blood and to lose a 1v1 so early in the game, you're Lee Sin. Both Lee Sin and Elise are early game junglers, and to lose that so early in the game is not going to be good at all for DTFM. And I'm not impressed with Mars Alistar yet. You missed the combo, especially with a flash. That's never a good thing. But at the same time, Lulu did flash out as well, so it was a good trade. It's a 1-for-1 flash trade just now when you see that early level 1 fight right there.
Right, and so if we take a look actually at the top lane really quick, again, it's Afrod running that Mundo. This time Mutaproid actually picking Mundo, like you said, a little bit of a tankier champion, but same result. Arfo just doing a really good job of pushing Mutaproid, making sure he's afraid to even come get these minions. You can see so much damage until Mundo hits that level 6 and gets those regen abilities from his ultimate. He's a pretty easy target to be bullied. And one other thing before anything else happens in this game I think is interesting. Last time we saw Opperman building the early chalice right away, which is something you can do to keep Orion in lane. Actually opting for the tier build this time.
Yeah, I also want to take note that, you know, Renekton is still going to bully out Mundo. Mundo is going to be a lot stronger later in the game because his level 6 ultimate is not going to be as strong. The regeneration is not going to be as strong when it comes to his level 11 or level 16. But, you know, it's going to be a hit-on, you know, 1v1 in the top lane for a long time. And you see Aphrodite actually popping his Dominus right there.
So yeah, Mutaproid actually still has his ultimate available, waits for the Ignite to wear out, but we're going to take a look in the bottom lane. Here comes the gang. Actually, we're not. We're going to the top lane. I don't know where we're going. We're going everywhere.
Oh!
You don't chase Mundo. He goes where he pleases, and you go where dead people go. That's back to the summoning table. But we do have a early game coming into the Rain Train. That's going to be a kill. Excuse me, picked up. Sid looks to go down here as well. RKP picking one up. Rain Train picking one up. Ma's not out of the jungle yet. Another kill. So you say, hey, maybe Afro losing that kill in the top lane bad. You end up with 2 on RKP. You get Vayne going this early, and things are going to go poorly. Like Mutaproid of all characters, all people, knows that very well.
Okay, let's just take a stock of what just happened. Okay, so Renekton actually lost. Aphrodite actually lost first a kill to Mutaproid on Mundo because he went too deep. He didn't have the double dash ready yet, and he lost first. He lost a kill to the tower. That was a crazy engage from him. He actually miscalculated everything. But on the other hand, DTF actually went really hard engaged on the bottom lane, but they didn't see Rain Brain coming in, and he came in and swept up bottom lane for them right there. 4 kills right now to Rain Rascal Jesters, and they did pick up the dragon as well, so huge advantage for Rascal Jesters right now. DTFM needs to slow down their game and really take a step back and see what they need to do, because they can't keep getting ganks like this anymore.
Right, and the real scary thing I think here for Detonation FM is that for Rascal Jester, those 2 kills have now gone 2 to Vayne and 2 to Appamen. You know, and with Rain Brain getting that farm, and with RKP on Vayne starting to get big as well, actually completing the Bilgewater Cutlass already. Lucian only has the Vamp Scepter. As we see more action in the bot lane, a lot of damage coming onto RKP, but Gorilla taking a lot of damage as well.
Yeah.
Looks like gonna walk away.
So Ma actually did hit his combo, but what happened was Gorilla couldn't get in position at the right time, and so he couldn't burst down Vayne, and that was a poor play from DTFM actually. Completely miscalculated. Right there you see the bot lane actually not conversing well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, actually, as we take a look all around the map. Farm pretty close. Zed doing a little bit better than Orianna in the mid lane. Orianna's just going to be trying to get that tier farmed up as fast as she can. And we do see another ping in the bot lane, so we might be seeing another gank from Sid. However, last time he went down there, things went poorly. It looks like he may have reevaluated his decision. He will be back in.
Yeah, because 2 of the kills actually went to Rainbrain, and so you have a really strong Vayne and a really strong Elise right now, and so Sid actually can't give that much to the team right now as much as Rainbrain can on Elise to them. And Gorilla as well as Ma needs to have better communication with each other to see when Ma is going to engage, because right there just now it was a poor play from there, and Dominus coming out from Aphrodite.
Yeah, so saving the Ignite, really good time to use it, really be able to get the kill. Sid here to turn things around. And this would be Aphrodite again. Maybe not getting outplayed so much as just making poor decisions. Thought he might be able to pick up the kill. Did a good job of saving his Ignite until the ultimate came out, but no avail. Sid finally in the right place at the right time will pick that kill up for his team.
So really nice, because you can see right there, Aphro didn't actually see Lee Sin coming in, because he does have a ward right there from the jungle, but he didn't expect Lee Sin to be there actually, because we saw Lee Sin coming down a bot lane just now, so he didn't think that he would actually be there on top lane. So that really good rotations by Lee Sin right there.
However, on the flip side of that, you can see RJ calling out, hey, jungler for the enemy in the top lane. Let's push this bot lane hard. And sure enough, that will be the first turret of the game for Rascal Jester. One other thing I think is kind of interesting is last game we saw Renekton, after Renekton, build straight up tanky. This time not against Riven in lane, not expecting to take as much damage, and has opted for an early Tiamat. So far, that's not working out for him, because Udiproid now with the Sunfire Cape just doing a lot of damage. And Renekton is really just being bullied out of lane.
Yeah, you don't want to see that happening, especially as a Renekton. You do want to have that amount of sustain in lane, especially when you're laning against somebody so prolific of a player as Udiproid. You know, right now he's actually on the tilt right now, because Udiproid can actually bully him out of lane right now. Those briefcases are going to hurt a lot, you can see right there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens as we do get a push in the top lane. Oh boy, here we go. But Rainbrain again backs things up. Saros looks to pick up the kill. That should be enough with the ultimate. And now, will Rainbrain be able to pick anything up? Doing a lot of damage, going low himself. Again though, this is RKP and company. Such good rotations out of this bot lane for Rascal Jester. They ping out Saros in the top lane, and it results in a
Can I ask you real quickly? Did my stream just stopped?
I was actually checking that. That's kind of why I got a little confused, and it does appear to be running.
It's fine. Okay, because mine stopped. So I'm not sure. I'm just gonna talk. If anyone sees a problem, let me know. But Sid.
Okay.
Sid getting outplayed right there. Vayne getting another kill on him. Had to use the flash. Nope, didn't use the flash. Yes, did use the flash for that, but another pickup for Vayne.
Well, and that's just a really good play out of RKP, because not only does it get you another kill as Vayne, they do about 66% or 33% of the second middle turret's damage as well. So that's going to allow them to sweep back and pick that up. I feel like it'll be interesting to see what we pick up. And there is Vayne already, RKP, with that Blade of the Rune King. Lucian, I don't think he's been back to buy if we actually take a look at the gold total. So he is sitting on a BF sword's worth of gold. But right now, Vayne and a Blade of the Rune King versus Lucian with a Vampiric Scepter and a Doran's.
Yeah, I mean, 3-0-1 versus a 0-1-0 Lucian is terrible, especially when Vayne actually loses early game in terms of 1v1 versus Lucian. And now 3-0-1 already, and with a Blade of the Rune King completed, it's going to be terrible for DTFM to actually try and fight against right now. I mean, Lucian hasn't even completed a single full item build yet. He is going to go for the Bloodthirster first, but he hasn't had that locked down and completed yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, really the only things going poorly for RJ right now are Afro's Renekton in the top lane, and the fact that Rainbrain was not able to get in on that last kill from Vayne, so he can only claim help on 4 of 5 of RJ's kills.
Yeah,
but
so
we'll maybe see some action around the dragon down here.
Just gonna pop real quickly back. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry at all.
Okay.
We're doing the dragon dance right now. 4 members of both teams down here around that dragon. Gorilla taking a shot at the dragon. I don't know if that's something they want to start, because honestly, with that Appaman at level 10 already.
Ooh, Domina's been popped actually, but I'm not sure if they can get a kill on each other. The briefcase actually misses.
Yeah, Afrod really right now just has to keep Uterproid busy so he can't teleport into this dragon.
Oh!
But that's not how you want to keep somebody busy.
Nope. Completely 1v1 outplayed right there by Uterproid, going to show that he's actually a superior player no matter which lane he actually is going for.
Right, and that actually opens the door now, because Rascal Jester knows they have nobody to stop Mundo's teleport in. They just have to step back, give that dragon up to Detonation FM, and I know, that's actually some pretty good play we saw at Detonation FM there. We talk about Uterproid kind of being Detonation FM's
secret weapon.
Last game, he really didn't do anything for his team. This time, sitting at 2-0-2, got a lot of armor, so Connecting can do nothing even with the Tiamat. And actually, you can see Arfod picking up Spectre's Cowl to kind of try and negate some of that magic damage. I don't know. I really liked when Renekton was able to just build straight tanky last game and rely on his teammates.
Yeah, I really don't understand what Arfod is actually thinking about with his build right here, because it's almost always certain that Renekton will go with that Sunfire Cape, no matter which region you're from, and to have him come up with Tiamat first, it's really, really confusing for me.
A little bit, and it's actually something we've seen a lot of from Japanese players. Not something I really agree with, but I guess if you don't want to be tank Renekton, you got to have some form of damage on there as well.
Yeah, I mean, you want to have a bit of, I would say armor penetration, yes, but to not have any tanky items at all, I don't know if that's right, especially his entire team is a little bit more squishier than any other teams. If, let's say, you have a really tanky jungler like Olaf, that's a different story, but you have Elise, who is, is more of a assassin rather than a support jungler, and 0-4-0 on Aphro, it's not the ideal number you want on a Renekton.
Right. And something actually really interesting right there, I don't know how many of you caught that, but RKP going pretty hard in the bot lane actually forced a teleport out of Uterproid. Uterproid teleporting into the bot lane but canceling it, which means that teleport is now on cooldown. It'll be off. It's got about 3/4 left on that cooldown ready to go. So that's a small win for Rascal Jester, but it also means that Uterproid is now stuck in the top lane with Arfrod, and I'm sure that's not something he's necessarily happy about.
No, I mean he's losing in this completely right here in the top lane. He can't 1v1 Uterproid anymore. But obviously you do have a really strong Elise and a really strong Vayne, and you can tell already because Lucian has not completed his items yet at all. Either he hasn't gone to buy, which I'm pretty sure he hasn't. He does have the money, he hasn't gone back to buy it, and I think he really should do it fast, because they are going to start to roam around and start getting off kills, as well as going into those 5v5 big engages once
he's
the next
he's sitting at 1,200 gold, so he could go back and finish that Bloodthirster and start trying to get that stacked, especially because Vayne has her Zeal in addition.
Ooh, we have a 3v1 in the top lane right here. Elise is the one that's tanking up the entire turret.
But that's okay, because she's going to be able to repel out of that, and a lot of damage. Sarah's flashing away, and here comes Ma. A nice engage into that fight. A lot of damage coming on Rascal Jester. That should be Little Bell falling. Will Oppenheimer be able to get out of this?
Ooh, the briefcase actually misses Orianna. But a 3v1 up there, a complete win for them. Rainbrain did manage to get away with Elise free, but losing Lulu in the mid game, you lose a support for your top laner, a shutdown as well. So, good trade-off coming in from RJ and pushing the lane already. But look at that, Gorilla is actually pushing out bot lane. Oh, but Rainbrain is coming in.
Yeah, Yeah, so the thing is there, the gorilla has to back off because he has no more mana, and you get so much damage out of Lucian with his abilities, able to use his passive as well. And without any mana, you lose a lot of that. So all said and done, one support for one top tower. I think you got to give that in favor of Rascal Jester. Gold in this game a lot closer. Remember, last game actually was over at 24 minutes. We're almost 20 minutes into this game. Gold is pretty close. 5 kills apiece. It's RJ with those 3 extra towers. So they do have about a 2,000 gold advantage, and you just look at where those items are starting to stack up. The Hourglass also finished on Orianna as well. Zed does have that last whisper, but...
Yeah, I think right now DTFM wants to contest for objectives. The next dragon is going to be up in 1 minute. I think what they want to do is have Mundo teleport down, because the teleport is up. Teleport down and contest for that and probably get 1 or 2 kills off of it, because they do need to shut down the Vayne right here. And probably get more objectives off of this, because they're getting pushed and pushed and pushed. Wave after wave after wave. Look at that. They have 3 for 0 in terms of turrets.
But here's Arfode. Udiproid knows that he has no problem dealing with him. However,
Rain Brain!
Cocoon does not matter if you're Alistar. A lot of damage. Bye-bye, Alistar.
Another easy kill for Vayne right there. Alistar, Ma, just getting caught out. You know, vision is so important in this game, and the Death Brush right there is cutting him out, and Rain Brain once again with such impeccable positioning in terms of he knows where to go and at any point of the game.
Yeah, so that was just, I don't know. That's I think one of the things you see a lot with the Japanese scene is that these teams just don't always necessarily have the time to practice every day. They don't live in a gaming house.
Sarah's getting caught out!
Yeah, you know, that's like kind of like a solo queue game. For a lot of these players, we see a huge fight in the bottom lane. Lulu actually picks up. He's gonna drop here as well. See Ma going down. Beautiful, I'll still wait for this fight. Situation, your ult is not gonna save you now. He'll really get out. Anyway, trying to pick it up, follow it up. Not enough damage. But it will be the bottom lane turret, and it leaves Arfode in the top lane as well. He might be having trouble though, but he has no trouble with those top towers.
Okay. Oh! A accidental flash from RKP. He's gonna remember that one for sure. But what happened there was Sarah's got cut out, so Zed, he didn't manage to... Oh! The surrender vote actually coming out from DETFM. It's going to be a 2-0 win for Rascal Justice. I didn't expect that to be a
wow.
surrender, but
Rascal Jester.
Rascal Justice.
You know, with today's now win, they're going to move into the Season 1 championship here, 2014 Season 1 championship. You know, between that and winning the Grand Championship here with JCG, Rascal Jester is starting to look really scary. What I think is really interesting from that game, even with Arfode doing very, very poorly in that top lane, the rest of his team still dominated. Yeah,
I'm very surprised because, you know, even with Udiproid actually completely dominating the top lane versus the Renekton, they still lost the game so much because of how, you know, how much deficit actually Gorilla had at the bottom lane, because he didn't do well on the Lucian. I mean, I'm not trying to put him down, but his Lucian cannot be compared to RKP's Vayne at all. He loses out on early game aggression, he loses out on early game farming as well, and that's never good. You see Vayne ending with 6-0-2, no one could shut him down, and you know, DTFM had to surrender that vote. I'm very surprised with how poorly DTFM is playing recently. They can't seem to find a center ground for them. I think it's all surrounding the whole hype against Udiproid, considering I think he doesn't want to play ADC anymore, and Gorilla got kind of forced into the AD carry role, and he might not be comfortable with it, you know.
Right, you know, if that, I don't know if it was Udiproid just getting sick of it, or just like maybe, because even with Udiproid, we talked about this at Grand Championships, Detonation FM not doing so well, maybe just trying to change things up, but I don't know how well that's working, because you're right, we didn't see a whole lot out of, you know, that bot lane. maybe just because he's not used to playing in the AD carry role, but it also means there didn't seem to be a whole lot of synergy there between Lucian and Ma down there either.
Yeah, like
So
I told you before, when Ma came in with the combination, Goro was still farming. There was no form of communication. I think the shout calling that has to be improved for sure because there was no team synergy. The shout calling was done pretty badly. Ma and Goro has absolutely no synergy at the bot lane. I don't blame them considering they're a very new bot lane combination, but DTFM is on a major tilt right here, and you have other teams that's coming up like we mentioned before just now. With RJ as well as Okinawa no Tora coming up, and it's such a huge loss for DTFM here today. But I'm so excited to move forward with the Rampage versus Okinawa no Tora games. We are going
when are those going to be?
we are going to schedule that again because of the NA server problems today. We couldn't stream that, but we'll talk to the players again and hopefully get the games set up really soon. Hopefully this week. Yeah, but I think this is all we have for today. Congratulations to RJ going into the finals, coming in, I would say 2 weeks from now. And it is going to be against either Rampage or Okinawa Tora, which I would actually give it to the Tigers, Okinawa Tora, because they've been playing so well recently. And like DETFM, Rampage is on the tilt. And yeah. But this is all we had today. Thank you so much, Corey, for joining me. Thank you for streaming the first game.
Yeah, sorry about that, everybody. Jeez.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I apologize again for what's happening with the server issues. I don't know what's wrong with NA servers as well, but we couldn't play on there. So we did play on the Korean servers today. But the finals actually going to be scheduled for the first Saturday of March, which is going to be the 1st of March actually. But because we couldn't get the games for Okinawa Tora and Rampage today, we are going to talk to the players as well as look at our schedules and see what's going to happen with that. But thank you so much for joining us today. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone who's in. Actually, no, I think it's over already.
It's over. It should be over everywhere.
Well, happy belated Valentine's Day, everybody. I spent my Valentine's playing Titanfall. Very romantic. I should be going off to play more Titanfall now. But thank you so much for joining us. Have a great weekend, wherever you guys are. It's Japan today. I've got TV filming tomorrow. But thank you, Corey. I will see you very soon. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah, see ya. Bye, everybody.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much for watching. 日本の方がいれば、また日程調整しますので、JCG のサイトを見れば、すぐ、リンク先をアップしますので、また日程調整したら、スケジュールをお知らせします。I'll talk to you guys very soon and let you know about the updates for the schedule very soon. Thank you so much. My name is Fairly Yoshimi. The wonderful caster was with me. It was Corey Swanson. Have a good night, everybody. Happy belated Valentine's Day. Bye.
Bye.